Playing against a new. First time since the set's actually dropped, but I've played against her a few times. We'll go first, as per usual. No changes I want to make to my equipment. Versus new. I don't want any blues in my deck, so I'm going to take out my annihilations. I do want banished targets, so I'll run moons. And then I kind of, besides that, she's not a combo deck, so disruption isn't that important. So it's really just about racing. We do need an extra 3 cards because we don't have annihilation, so we'll take sinks. And check in. I think our opponent said hi, so we'll wish him good luck. We get Eulogy in a starting hand, which is great. We get Read the Runes in a starting hand, which is also great. We'll go ahead and banish Eulogy, play the Read. And then we'll just pass, arsenaling the Revel. Get a Whale, which is good. No go again. Oh, we have Art of War, but that's not going to help Revel much. We do have Sync. We've got 2 good Arsenal targets. I think I'm either sinking Bounding or sinking Art of War. Depends what opponent throws at us and if we want to actually block it. Banishing Deathly Whale, there's not a whole lot we can do. It could honestly be a banish pass. Okay, Mistblade here. I am not too psyched about these cards, if I'm being quite honest. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop the Mistblade with the Bounding. Just because other on-hits don't really concern me, and I can turn that card in without having to banish it. I don't really need to fill my banish right now. Wouldn't hurt, I suppose, but I'm alright. And then E-Strike for 7. I'm sad we can't block with this Art of War. We'll just sink it, maybe IP1 ourselves. Or maybe we draw Go Again and have a decent turn. Although, even if we draw Go Again, I don't know if we'd actually want to do that. Because it would just be Whale into Eulogy. We could probably do something with it. Draw Beseech. So we can do Beseech Whale. Guarantee ourselves some rain chance. Or we could do Beseech Eulogy. No, we'll do Beseech Rebel. Or Beseech Whale. Get to guarantee some rain chance for next turn. Opponent did not bring Arcane Barrier. I'm assuming misplay on their end, but yeah, Nu does some decent damage. She might be able to make our life a little tough. Just towards the end of the game. And also she's not going to be able to stop our Eulogy from giving us an Eloquence token. Like, at all. Which is nice. So normally in matchups like Nu, that can be kind of swingy. I might actually want to hold on to the Whale, but yeah, just have more cards in Banish, but Nu can help us out with some of that banishing. Another D-React. Our opponent is playing defensive, but did not bring a beat. That is a decision. So just break the chain, get our rune chance, pass. Oh, there's the Go Again. Hey, we found it. So obviously this sucks. I don't really care to block the spiders by it, even though it could be worth. Yeah, obviously this sucks, and I'm not using my crown for this turn. So we'll just do some light blocking. That's just gonna pass. Oh well. Get off my screen. There's really no great option. I think we banish the Mauve. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pass. Having two go again sources in my hand could be really good. We draw a Funeral Moon, and then we can sink one of these sources to maybe find an attack. Funeral Moon with Eloquent Eulogy is very good. It can help us to be really swingy. Although drawing 6 non-attack actions in a row, 7 including the Beseech, kind of bites. So 1 here, pitching a pass over, so we actually might want to hold on to some cards. If they're pitching a pass over, they've probably got another Transcend card. Or they're low on blues, so they're going to struggle to find a blue attack to actually get the value off of Beckoning Mistblade. Okay, or that. And good for them. Levels of Enlightenment is a good card. I'm tempted to sink here. Oh. Choosing draw a card instead of go again. Our opponent has filled their deck with defensive tools, and we made them hold on to them last turn if they drew any, so we could be in an okay position. I still kind of want to sink here just because I don't really care about her on hits that much, and I'd like to get some information on my hand. It could be wrong. But I will go ahead and cover this up. And then we can use our Funeral Moon to block an attack. Okay, they're giving go again to levels. Cracking Mask. That's fine. An early mask usage here, rather than waiting until I've used some cards out of hand. Interesting. Go ahead and let Mask resolve and just get Moon out of our hand. And then we can sink below. Either sinking the Mauve or the Puppetry. I think it's gonna be keep the Mauve, just because they don't have Arcane Barrier. We don't need to force the self-damage. So we will sink that. Find a Bounding, which is not insane. But if our opponent banishes another attack off the top of our deck, it could be pretty good. Or Surgical Strike. That's also pretty good. I'm tempted to just cover this up with Mauve and Crown. Although if I block with just Mauve, then they take my Bounding out of my hand and banish it. And I could get another card off the top of my deck. So I will donate a Mauve Rin Skies. Really getting hamstringed by my deck over here, but it's fine. So they banished our Bounding Demagon. They also banished a Deathly Whale. So not looking too bad. I think it's going to be another pass. As we draw into no non-attacks. This is just amazing. We're getting some amazing hand quality here. Art of War could give go again to one of our Rune Gates and buff up our attacks. I don't think we're blocking this turn, but I'm still not too happy with this. Art of War would not turn on Bounding Demagon, notably. Bonds of Agony, bro. I don't really want a bunch of cards banished. Actually, I only have one more Mauverin's, or one more Deathly Whale. So if they banish the Deathly Whale, it's not the end of the world. 1, 2, 3, 4 from its own effect, 5, 6, 7 from another effect. Tough. I am thinking. I half want to just donate this hand. He's absolutely going to get the Bond's ability off. He has everything he needs to do so. Yeah, this is just kind of unfortunate. Do I just... no. That would banish my Deathly Whale. I've got plenty in banish already. But then I get to keep Art of War. Ugh, this just sucks. This really just sucks. I'm tempted to just donate both Swarmings, and then if they choose Deathly Whale, then I only lose one Deathly Whale. They choose Art of War though. If they get their hidden, they choose Art of War. Which kind of makes me just want to cover this up completely. I have no tempo right now though. Like, this game has not given me any opportunity to have any tempo. If I cover this up completely, I still get the Deathly Whale on my banish, which is not that great. I think I'm going to cover it for 8. And we'll just dig through our deck a bit. Oh, the third Swarming Gloom Veil. This is just miraculous, actually. We're drawing such smooth hands. Absolutely zero clumping in our deck for this game. We're still covering a decent amount. Oh, never mind. Just a nick. Yeah. What a card. Really, what a card. Pushes it up to, what? 12? So we take 4. Not sure what they were thinking about there, but go you, opponent. Maybe they were in awe at the absolute 0 for 5 just to nick. What a card. Absolute unit right there. Oh, same name. They get to choose like all my whales. I mean, we're just bound to draw into something, right? Just gonna pass. Like, on this next turn, we have to draw into cards that do things. At this rate, we're out of cards that don't do things. They were all drawn in the third hand of the game. I do want to clear one of these whales out of my arsenal, or out of my banish. So we will do this. Since they didn't bring AB, we're guaranteed a Runechant at least. And then we can play a 2-gate or Eloquent Eulogy next turn to start off a chain. We've got Funeral Moon. We're gonna go down to 14 here from Blood Debt. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten to play the game this game, besides turn 0 and turn 1, where we got to luckily sink into a Beseech and actually have a game action to take. We're just gonna pass here. What a hand. This is such a good hand. We can even block with the incant. Like, I'm not trying to resolve that. I've got Tunic for creepers over here. I think I'm just gonna cover this up to nerf their turn. And besides that, I am probably prepared to take whatever I'm given. Most things. I'm prepared to take most things. Choosing draw a card. Wow, Undertow Stilettos is definitely a card. I'm not worried about sequencing yet, just because I want to actually have it be my turn and not be dead. But if our opponent can't kill us, or at least take us down to 1 HP, we actually could win this one. They choose draw a card. Up to 6, up to 7. We survive at 2. Okay. Alright. We have a turn, and we can do things with it. So let's look at our banish. I'm gonna need a minute here. I'm gonna need a minute. I'm just gonna tell them straight up. I'm gonna need a minute here. So my options, I definitely want to creep this Mauve, but it's not absolutely important, but I do want to. I can start with Beseech. I don't have 3 rune chants. I can start with Death. Alright. Now I have the Revel. I have too many options here. How many action points do I have? I have the one I'm starting with, I have the one from Mauve, I have the one from Creepers, and I have the one from Moon. So I have 4 action points to work with. I can do 4 attacks. So I can do... I could use the Moon and Quill Hand to push out a Deathly Wail, and then a Revel for another Deathly Wail. So if I did Beseech Eulogy... If I do Beseech Eulogy, I think it's gonna have to be start with Beseech. And I will pay the life because I want to get max rune chance. And we'll choose, I guess we'll choose this first Deathly Wail, because that's what we're going to play with the, oh no, never mind. We'll choose the Deathly Delight, I think. Let's choose the Delight. So then it will be Eulogy, and then Moon, Quill Hand, Deathly Wail, Creepers, or Moon, Quill Hand, Deathly Wail, Creepers, Mauve, Delight. Yeah, we've got things we can do. We'll open with Eulogy. Sink below. Yep. And then break break the chain, get my eloquence, play moon, quill hand, deathly whale, get in for 2 damage, or do they have hold the line? Okay, we get in for 2 damage. Then we will break the chain again, get our 2 rune chants. Tunic, Creepers, Mauve, Delight. So this is 2 and 8. On hit we get 3 rune chants. I actually could have sequenced that wrong. I think I actually sequenced that wrong. I was maybe supposed to do the Revel Whale. Yeah, I think I sequenced that wrong. Okay, well we hit. And then this is our last hurrah. So we'll do Revel into... Actually, if we don't Revel... Hang on, undo. If we don't Revel, we have 3 rune chants. Our opponent is at 6. So then we send a Deathly Whale, and they have to give us something. I don't know. I don't want my opponent to have like any cards. I think I don't want my opponent to have any cards. So we actually will Revel. But we will miss out on rune chants, but we need to push damage. If our opponent's down at 2, then this will demand a card and mask. So will this. So I think we'll use the yellow here. Yeah, we actually might have been able to win if I had sequenced that differently. I could have done Revel, Whale, and have enough, like, and then actually get those rune chants to use, rather than losing them to Revel. So, definitely a misplay on my end there. If we lose because of it, so be it. So they do have a Rousing Wave. We unfortunately, actually we could Grimoire Moon, get another rune chant. Let's block here. Maybe I'm supposed to block 3. If I block there, oh, I only really need 1 card. Because I banish Moon, pitch Blood Tribute to Grimoire Moon, have a second rune chant, and then play Bounding. So we'll just cover up Justinic, as well as Arousing. Justinic would put up to 6, Arousing would put up to 7. And the extra cards going to our banish shouldn't matter. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I totally remember this banish is an action card. Yeah, there's probably just not a good way to play around that. I should have sequenced differently last turn. So that's what I get. I miscounted my action points, I guess, at some point along the way. So if my deck had not bricked multiple turns in a row at the beginning, but more importantly, and something I can actually affect, if I had sequenced better last turn, I would actually be able to put something together. So that's on me. I'll still do it for fun. Make them sweat a little. Yeah, 2 extra rune chants from Deathly Whale. Game would be ours. Maybe not quite ours, but we demand their tunic or extra cards. Really, Persuasive Prognosis only looking for action cards in general is crazy. It's so cool how fairly tuned this hero and deck is. No overtuned cards at all. Persuasive Prognosis is last line of text is perfectly reasonable. If there were a contract, though, that we're only looking for action cards, that would just be too far. Arachne can't have that. Only new. Alright. Yeah, better sequencing on our pop-off turn, but also our pop-off turn shouldn't have had that much pressure on it to begin with, so... Oh well, we take some L's sometimes.